Okay guys, how's it going today? So it's kind of a warm one out. It's kind of even hotter here in the shop, of course. But yeah, so you guys seen the install video of the LED light there. I got a night shot here I'll show you in a little bit. Had some trouble with it, not wanting to really stay on. It kind of cuts off on me a little bit here and there. And not too sure why it's doing that, because the wire connections are fine for the most part, and the other lights don't flicker, you know. So I don't know if it's just something that these LEDs do, they flicker a little bit or what, but sometimes it even cuts off or it gets real dim. So I tested it again today and tested a little bit here and there, and it's staying on for the most part. I'm charging the batteries up right now. I'm going to test them later tonight. I don't know if maybe the batteries are a little bit weak or something, and maybe it's causing them to not want to flicker. Because the thing is with these, well, the thing is, I watched a video on YouTube. A guy that's also has a 1586, and he said for his, he couldn't put LEDs on the back, which I don't understand why, because with my tractor, what's powering the work light is basically just two wires. One's a negative, one's a positive. So I don't know. And then I have the tail lights, and his tractor doesn't have the tail lights. So I don't know if there's something different there or not, but it's the same hookup regardless if it's an LED or not. I mean, I could go with an ordinary bulb and it probably would still act up, because there's no difference between them. The only difference is that the new one is LED. It's not sucking as much power, so, and it's brighter. So I don't know, and it fits, and it's all snug and everything. So I don't know, but I'm gonna keep testing it and see what the hell's going on. But last night it was being kind of a pain in the ass. This earlier today it was being all right. It seemed to stay on. So I don't know. I don't really understand why you couldn't swap the LEDs on the back out. Because on the front it's the same thing as the rear anyway. It's probably just most likely two wires. I'm not messing with the front ones as of yet, because I wanted to do the ones on the back, because the ones on the back were blowing out. So I mean, I don't see a difference between LED and then your ordinary halogen lights. They're hooked up the exact same way. So I don't really know what the hell the difference would be. It's just two wires. And that's what that new light was too. It had two hooks on it, and whatnot. Don't use their ends if you order lights from them. They'll still send them with some ends you can crimp onto your wiring. Don't use them; they're junk. I had a problem with when I would disconnect them. It was so tight that you would literally pull that silver thing that plugs into your light. You would actually pull that out of the wire and out of the covering for that metal thing. So you basically just did all your wiring for nothing, because I don't know, for some reason they're on there really tight, and when you need to get them removed or unplug them, they're too damn tight, and then you end up breaking something or you rip something. So I just put my own on, and I know the connections are good, so I don't really know what else to do. Like I said, I checked them earlier today and they seem to be working. But the only complaint that I got, yes, I do have a complaint about these lights. These are supposed to be 2,000 lumen lights, okay, so they're bright. I don't think they're floodlights. I don't see how they can be floodlights, because they're doing more of a spot than they are flooding. Because it's not really putting a whole heck of a lot of light on. the ground, and you'll see it in that video that I'll post right now, probably that nighttime test video. I waited until probably about 10:30 to do that video, because the sun stays up pretty late here in Minnesota. So, you know, if it was at 10:30, it'd be good enough. So I waited till around then, and I came down and tested it. And you can see a difference between the halogen and the LEDs, but they're not flooding. I was expecting it to throw light right onto the ground and all over the place. It's putting some light on the ground, but very little. So, I mean, depending if you're hooked up to a baler or something, maybe the light would reflect off the baler and then would hit the ground. I don't know. They claim that to be flood, so it's 2,000 lumens. I should have tried a 1,500, but there's the only difference between the two is that one's brighter than the other, and the 2,000 lumen one is supposed to look more original than the 1,500. The 1,500 has more of an updated LED look. You know, you can actually see the bulbs inside, the LED bulbs inside, whereas these, as the 2,000 lumen ones, you don't really. You have the original. It looks like the original glass on it, like the old halogen ones would have, like what would be on that tractor. So that's why I decided, I'll go with that. You know, plus it's a little bit brighter and it looks a little bit more original. You can still see the LED bulbs, but it just gives it that little bit of extra look to it. You know, that looks from a distance you probably wouldn't be able to tell, but I mean, the light output is decent. It's actually pretty good, but the problem is that it's not flooding where it should be. It's flooding all up against the building. So it's kind of more like a spot. I don't know what it would be like with another one put on. Well, it'd probably be just as bright. Mind you, that was only one light. I didn't buy two to replace the other one yet. I only bought the one. I do plan on buying another one next month to replace the other one, so that I'll have LEDs on the back. But yeah, I'm not too sure what's up with that flickering deal. They even flicker now. They're kind of flickering a little bit. Like I said, I don't really know what that means. So usually you think it would be a poor connection or a poor ground or a weak battery. So I'm charging up the batteries right now. And then I'm going to check them again. So I don't know. But I can't go back to the original lights because, for one, the ends that were on those lights or on that wiring were completely different from these, and I had to snip them off. So I no longer have the original clips or the connectors. So, I mean, the newer lights now would probably be different. You know, they probably would actually have the plug kind now, compared to where this is just like you gotta screw it on. So, I don't know. I don't know what. I'm sure they changed stuff over the years, but it's just whatever. I'm okay with the light. I mean, it puts out a decent amount of lighting, but it's not flood like I was hoping it to be. And I got a flickering issue. Like I said, it might be a wiring issue, or weak batteries, or poor ground. I don't know, but you think all the lights would be flickering if there was a poor ground or something. I don't know. There's something about that LED light. I'm going to buy another one next month. I'm going to put that one on. And then if that one's okay and this one still acts up, then I think it's probably that light. That light might be defective because it's not working. So I'll have to send it back or make a complaint and be like, yeah, this light's junk. This first light's junk. It's not staying on like it should. I never ordered two, just the one, so I got to wait a little while, but I don't know. They're just not what I was hoping to see. If they're going to really not put much lighting on the ground, I will have to add fender lights. And I didn't really want to put the fender lights down so it would light up more down on the ground. I wanted to put them so they would shoot off to the side a little bit. So like if I was to hook a mower to it, or a a side mower kind of thing. And they stick way off to the side, so you need light there. Stock lights won't do it, so that's what I was going to do with the fender lights. I was just going to put them on an angle, so then it would put more lighting up to the sides. But I got a feeling I'm going to be adding a lot of lights to this tractor because it's not, especially with these lights, they're not doing what I really want them to do. I suppose if I pulled it away from the building a little bit, maybe it would shine more on the ground. But I was hoping it to be lit up right from the tractor tire to the building, and it's not. I mean, it's putting some light there, but it needs to be a hell of a lot more than that. Especially if I'm running a baler, I probably wouldn't be able to see the pickup head with the way these lights are, just the way they are. So, I mean, I'm going to stick with it now because it's on there, but I'm not too crazy happy about it because I was expecting it to be more down low. So I'm just going to go ahead and probably just keep ordering those lights. I could order some of the 1500s and try them, but then they're not going to look very good, because I got different kinds on the back. But I don't know. So if that's how the lights are definitely going to be, I will definitely not need to be ordering spotlights for the front because spotlights, would probably go out even further than that. But why? When my floodlights that I'm ordering now are basically doing that for me. They're actually acting like floodlights, like a spotlight, and just going more into the center than they are spreading out. When you guys seen it in the video, it's more on the building than it is on the damn ground. And you really can't angle the lights because there's just no way of angling them. So I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to. I think I'll definitely be adding some fender lights, probably even 2 sets of fender lights. 2 for just to look down towards the ground, and 2 to look off to the side. If when I get more into actually using the damn thing. So right now I'm just upgrading all of the factory stuff, but I don't know. I'm not really too sure why that light's kind of flickering. It hasn't really done. Well, it's done it a little bit today, but hard to see obviously with the sun being out. But I don't know. I'm not seeing the best performance out of that light that like I was hoping to. So I don't know. They claimed it to be a floodlight, but it's not really acting like a floodlight. It's more like a spotlight than anything else. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually sent me the wrong light. So I don't really know. So what are you gonna do? Just gotta drive on with it, I guess. And I guess if you're not happy with them, you're just gonna have to take them out and go find something else, because I want floodlights, not spotlights. So, but I'll buy another one, see what they do. But after that, I don't really know what I'm going to do. So, but I guess whatever, it's not what I was really hoping for. I was hoping for a lot better than that. I was hoping for more light on the ground, not on the building. But I don't know. We'll see how they do. Maybe when I get a second one put on, maybe that'll help a little bit more and put a little bit more light on the ground. But as of right now, just for that one, it's not really putting a lot on the ground. It's more just on the building there than it is on the ground. I really wish they would have thought about that when they were designing those tractors, to allow for some movement in the light so you could angle them, So I don't really know. So, but we will see. I'm gonna have to order a couple more of those lights for the side cab lights in the front. And if they're not putting the amount of light that I want on the side of the engine like the original ones are, I'm gonna get rid of them, and I'm gonna downsize to the 1500s. See if they do any better. If not, then I'm gonna have to find another company that's, try a different company, because if that's what Triple R Tractors has to offer for LED lights for these tractors, they're not gonna work for me. I want actual floodlights, and they put light out everywhere. As of right now, with just that one, it's not really doing what I was hoping it to do. So, but whatever, it's on there. It's somewhat working. Right now, like I said, I got the batteries charging that one anyway, so I'll see how it performs again later tonight, if it continues to flicker or not. If not, then I guess I'll just have to deal with it running it with it being flickering, because I don't know what's wrong with it. I probably should get my uncle involved, but trying to get a hold of him is like pulling teeth. It's hard. So, whatever. I just deal with what I got and run with it, because I don't know. But that one guy on YouTube that swapped his lights out with LEDs, he got them from a different company, and they're only local. They're not a worldwide company, so I don't know. If other companies' lights don't work, I'm going to have to try Case IH's lights, because they make LED lights for these tractors as well. They're expensive, but maybe they'll actually give me the light that I'm looking for compared to other companies. Maybe they're kind of skimping out a little bit. I don't really know. So, but we will see what goes on here. I'll check them again later today, see if they keep flickering. So, I don't know what the taillight thing would have to do with the lights, because that's what that guy was talking about, is that he couldn't put LEDs on the back because of either no taillights or because he had taillights. But on his tractor, he don't have taillights like I do. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But I have no problem doing it. It's just they act like they're not getting a good connection, or it's a poor ground, or what. And I don't know where that ground wire goes to ground those lights to, because I follow it and it basically just goes into the cab, kind of, So it's like, what do you do there, I thought they would have grounded it to the fender or something, something convenient, but that's not convenient. So, I don't know. If all the lights do that, then I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. If I swap them all over to LEDs and they're all flickering and acting like junk, then they're junk. There's something wrong there somewhere. So, no one ever said that I had to do anything different to the tractor's wiring or fuses or anything like that to overcome for LEDs, because LEDs just take less power, but they're brighter. So I don't know what the hell the difference is. And it's just two wires. It's the same as what the old lights are. It's just two wires. There ain't no damn third wire or fourth wire or whatever the hell it is. There's no difference. It's just a positive and a negative wire. So I don't know. So it's a little bit frustrating to not. I was hoping for a good, solid, bright light. This one likes to flicker every now and then sometimes it will even cut off. It was cutting off on me terribly yesterday. But it seems like if the light happens to sit a certain way, somewhat on an angle, then it's all right. But it's still, it depends. It's moody, I guess. Some days it'll work and some days it won't. It's only been on since yesterday, but it's just whatever it is. I don't know. I'll buy another one and see if that one does it on the other tail light, and if it does, well, then there's probably a grounding issue with those back lights. But again, you think that, I don't know. I have to go in the book and see how all this wiring is being ran or whatever. But it's, I don't know. No matter what, I'm going over to fucking LEDs no matter what. So, because they're brighter, they go further, and they save power. I mean, I could leave those LED lights on for probably 2 days, and it would not kill my battery. Compared to the halogen lights, they would kill my battery in probably a day. And those fuckers get hot too. The LEDs don't. So, but I want to check it again later tonight. Like I said, I got that battery on the charger. It'll probably take it a few days to charge, but it's putting some juice in there enough to. By tonight, it should have a little bit more juice in there. So we'll see if the lights are flickering or not. So, but whatever. So yeah, hopefully you guys seen the nighttime video there. That's what they look like anyway during the night. Like, I like the look of it. I'm happy that they made it out of metal on the back. You know, it's not plastic, so it's not going to melt. And it just looks nice in the back of the tractor. But the thing is, it's not working 100% like it should be. It cuts out sometimes, and or even sometimes it goes real dim. You know, I don't know if that's just, it's not grounding properly, or it's not connected properly, or I don't fucking know. I put my own ends on the wiring because the ones that they sent with the light were junk. They just they were not going to work. So if you plan on ordering lights from Triple Tractors, just throw the ends away and get your own. I got my own. I got to order another. It's actually still on the four. I got Big Red sitting out in the back there. So I'm just going to use my own damn ends. So I don't know. And the wiring, I don't know what the hell they were thinking back in the 70s, but you do not use the two wires that have the same color. They're supposed to be different colors. You got two reds. So I don't know which one's a fucking positive and which one's a fucking negative, because they're not marked either. So the first time I plugged them in, they didn't turn on. Well, okay, I figured, I must have them connected the wrong way. So then I flipped them around. That's when I found out that those damn ends were fucking junk. And then they kind of came on. Well, then had that flickering issue and whatnot. So I played with the wiring some more and whatnot and all this happy horse shit. Last night they cut out on me when I was testing them during the night. So, but whatever, I don't know. Just have to keep playing around with it and see what it'll take. I don't know if both of those lights somehow ground to each other. Maybe there's a grounding issue with the two lights since one's not working and the other one is. I don't fucking know. I don't know what to think because I'm not too familiar with lights and how they work really. I just make sure they fit to my machine and it's got the right connectors and, you know, so. But yeah, I know that the front light there, it's on the left side of the cab on the front light there. Before I even replace that light, I'm going to replace that corner panel because it's cracked. So that's going to be about a $60 part from Steiner. Because it's cracked, and I don't want it cracked, so I'm going to replace it and get a new one, and then I'll swap that light out for an LED. Do one light a month, maybe more. I could probably get a couple next month, if I wanted to. So I don't really know, but yeah. So I'm going to keep checking it, and if it quits flickering, I guess. I mean, there's always going to be, I think, a slight flicker in them. I don't really know. There was no flickers in the original lights, so I guess I'll just put up with it then. I guess I don't fucking know. I'm not too sure what the hell to do with it. I'm just going to take it as a poor ground or poor connection somewhere, but I know the connectors on the back of the light are just fine, so I'm not going to rip into all that again just to look at it, and it's the same. So I don't know, unless you guys got some ideas, but you guys will probably tell me in that video of showing the light cutting out. But just wanted to show you guys what it would look like during the night. Not too happy about it, but because it's not putting light on the ground like I want it to. So I see adding fender lights in the near future. Probably next year I'll probably do it. Probably be putting on 2 sets really. Because I gotta have light down on the ground if I should ever start baling hay or something. I gotta be able to see the baler pickup head and the PTO shaft and all that stuff. I gotta be able to see all that. So maybe the light will reflect off it. If I was running a baler, maybe the light would reflect off the baler and then go back onto the ground and maybe light it up a little bit more than that. I don't really know. All I see about this light is that it's going to be efficient for the tractor. It's not going to require so much power to run them. They're going to run cooler. That's the main reason to why I'm switching over to LEDs. Is because they run cooler, they're brighter, they don't require a lot of power. What was that other thing? They run cooler, they're brighter, they last longer, and it's just more efficient to the tractor. It's not requiring all that power to run, so they're going to be good for the tractor, I think, in the long run, especially if I'm running that thing hard at night. Even though I don't see myself using it for the next couple fucking years, but whatever. If I ever decide to sell it, the next owners won't have to upgrade the lights. They'll already be upgraded, so I'm still going to do the blinkers at some point. I did find some LED bulbs that apparently would fit in there. And that's another thing with those LED light bulbs for the blinkers. It's got the same connectors on that bulb like these do. These light bulbs that I found were at my local store, and they're just incandescent bulbs, and they fit right in. Okay, well, apparently with the LED versions of that, it's the same thing. It's just supposed to go in. It's just basically like a plug-and-play wiring, or a plug-and-play bulb. It's the same thing with that LED light that I just bought. It's just a simple plug-and-play kind of thing. So why it's being a dink, I don't really know, but I don't know. It would suck if the lights cut off on me during the night while I was baling or working ground or something, but I don't know. I'll just keep checking. I mean, I don't know what more to do. I've ripped that light apart so many times, figuring stuff out. I've looked at the wiring underneath the fender. It all looks fine. I don't notice any cracks in it or anything, or broken wires. The only thing that I'm a little bit concerned about is that there's a set. I think it's even that wiring kit for those lights. It goes down in between the cab and the fender. It goes down and along the frame, and then it goes on an angle and it comes back down again. Well, on that angle, it's sitting on a sharp piece of metal, and it looks like it's really pinched the crap out of the wire. So I don't know if that's the issue or what, but it don't look like it's broken. So I kind of tugged it away, but I don't know. I may have to rip that part of the wire out a little bit and maybe just wrap it in some electrical tape to see, and then but that's a bastard to get to, though. It's such a bastard. You can only get one hand in there, that's all, unless you feel like removing a tire or something, but I ain't fucking removing a tire just for that. So I don't know, but it's on there anyway. I mean, it's a little bit tighter than the original lights. I don't know, it's a little bit of a snugger fit in that rubber piece, but it does. You can get it in there, you know, and it looks good. It looks pretty good in there. So just wish it would stay on and not flicker or cut off on me. So I guess we'll just replace the other light next month and see if that maybe will help correct that problem with the other light. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's not getting a proper ground through the lighting systems. I don't know. Maybe because the other light's not grounding because it's not working. So I don't know. Any of you IH guys out there can tell me what the hell's wrong, but Or I'm not going to be able to do much until next month, until I get another light put on. So, but anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. That's it. I'm done. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and whatnot. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.